Welcome to ORPtv. I'm Stag, and we've got a big event here tonight, and I'm really honored to have with us James Goad, the Reaper. James, thank you for being here at the track, and thank you for taking a couple minutes with us.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys having me.
Well, now, this isn't the first time you've been here to the track, is it?
No, the first time we came to the track, I didn't have the car.
Right.
It was at Monty Smith. His dad had passed away, so the car wasn't finished. So I brought my drag queen car, and I broke it before everybody even got here. So I told everybody I would come back, bring the car. I'm back. I brought the car.
And that's what's really great is when somebody says they'll do something. Famously, it's been said nobody does what they say they're going to do. So when somebody does, that's really cool. When somebody comes back and is good for their word.
Well, nobody. There was not one crappy comment.
That's
not
awesome.
One. Everybody was positive. Nobody's like, well, man, I wouldn't even came. I mean, it was all positive. And to be honest, we have sold more T-shirts at this racetrack than appearances we've done with 5 times the crowd.
That makes me.
So there's really right here. We got a lot of fans.
So now you have your wife here with you, Stacy.
Yeah.
Now I came right over and introduced myself, and I could tell that she's kind of the boss here. What's going on, right? She a little bit the boss.
If she's the boss, then she needs to come off the money. That's all I say.
I'm the boss.
The TV channel, okay. Now, I do have a couple things I want to ask you this. I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know a lot about what's going on under the hood of a car. But what I do know...
Hey, hell yeah.
But what I do know is that you're one of the most genuine, fun to watch people on the show, because I don't think that there's a TV show, James Goad, and a off-screen TV, James Goad.
I'm the same prick every day.
Well, you know, and that's okay because you can at least know what you're getting.
I knew some of those guys before it started, and everybody's got to find their own way with that deal. I just decided that TV show's not going to run my life.
Right.
So when the TV show's gone, and one day it's going to be gone, I'm still going to be doing just what I'm doing right now. I had everything I've got before that. I love racing. I am too stupid to quit. So I'm going to be racing until the day they put me in, until the day I'm gone.
So you're not racing for the show, you're just, this happens to be a chapter of your racing career.
Oh no, this is personal.
Right. So I mean, you are a racer
that one
all
spot.
along. Right. But you're a racer always. This is just a segment of it.
You're not just racing. There was animosity way before that show ever came around.
Right. Now that leads me to my next question. Always as a racer, you kind of want to have that notoriety. Everybody wants to be known for what they're doing, being successful. Now that you've gained some of that success, is there parts of it that makes you almost kind of wish that you weren't the Reaper? Or has it been kind of the good with the bad for you?
Well, the whole way, I got out of racing for 18 years. Never didn't do nothing but have cars I built. I'd go play on the street, wouldn't go to a racetrack. Back when I was racing, I had the fastest street car anywhere around. And what got me back into this silly stuff was somebody's telling me about the murder in Oakland. Fastest street car in Oklahoma, blah, blah, blah. And for some reason, something clicked in my head, and I went, that's my title, and I want it back. So I should actually get Sean with the ball bat. But I like the guy so much I can't. But that's what got me back into this whole thing. Back then, we didn't have a TV show, but we did the same thing they did before the show. I mean, we traveled, we went everywhere racing. Now it was a whole different breed of cars. Everything was different. The stuff we're doing now, it's only a matter of time that we're not going to be able to do it no more.
Now, Stacey, I have a question for you. I think I know the answer to this, but is James any different now than he was before the Discovery Channel Street Outlaws show?
Yeah, with James, what you see is what you get.
He's exactly the same.
Yes, all day.
Now, has things changed for you? Do you worry more about him? Or have things changed where people start to recognize you and your family in the area that you live in? Have you noticed a change?
It's funny, when we travel, people recognize him more so than around home.
Right.
But nobody around home really.
Because they already knew him.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't go that.
Doesn't get out, but.
Yeah.
Now, other thing I think about is that old-time NASCAR, the cars kind of had some personality. You knew the number 3 Dale Earnhardt. You knew the 21 Bobby Allison. Street Outlaws has brought back that identity of a car where it's not just a funny car that all are the same just with different decals. You all have brought back individual cars. Do you find yourself at all not envious, but almost like my car's as famous as I am, or that people call you the car?
Yeah, see, that's bothered me since the day they did that on the show. I didn't like that. The car is Reaper SS. We didn't put the SS on there because we do it in the font like it is on the car. Kind of looks like lightning bolts. And I'm like, that could be offensive to some people. I mean, we couldn't figure out how to do it, so we just dropped the SS.
Right.
And the first show, they called me that. And I was like, hey guys, you need to quit doing it. It was too late. It stuck. Now, I love no preparation. That car had 10,000 people that followed it before it was ever on that show.
Wow.
Yeah. That car was, believe it or not, that car was famous before it ever came on that show. As a matter of fact, the car was on the show once before and nobody even recognized it. Nobody even remembers it. How often do you watch the show?
I watch it because I need to. Because I have people that ask me about the people, and it's to my benefit to know it. So I watch it every week.
In season, I think it was either 2 or 3, there was a black Camaro that raced the Murder Nova and about flipped over.
Okay.
Spun out, jumped the curve.
That's before I started watching it.
That's the same car. And as soon as you mention that, somebody goes, oh, it is. But the whole Reaper, the whole Reaper thing was just something that, well, I've got one on my back. And when we did that, Landon Ram with Monster Graphics, he passed away. But when we were designing that car, that is like 3 weeks worth of him drawing stuff. And I'm like, dude, look, what can we do with the hands? He goes, we can do anything. So we created that whole deal. We were actually working on another wrap for it, and he passed away. So actually, we're fixing to change the car.
So it's going to have a different look coming up.
Totally different.
Okay. So this would be a real good opportunity for some of the people to pick up the shirts and merchandise. This is going to be what the kids like to call the old school look. For them,
well,
for
actually,
you, it's not.
Actually, that's a whole different look from the car from when we started.
Right.
Because it used to have a short front end on it. I changed the Reaper on the hood. The wheels have changed. And it's kind of funny, still to this day, people still, the motor's changed. I mean, the whole picture of the car is totally different. But people still to this day want that old shirt. The original shirts that we had done just with a picture of the car and actually a bunch of purple. Because everybody thinks that car's purple and it's not purple.
Right. It's black, right?
It's black and gray, but on the show it looks purple. Under certain lights, like right now, it kind of looks black and gray, but and it's green at other times.
It's just one of the really iconic cars of the show. It's a really cool old style look. And I think the graphics on it really lend itself to a look that people like. And personally, I'm not afraid to tell you, you're one of my favorites because I know for a fact that what I've talked to you before when you were here before and here today, you're the same guy that's on the show. You're not a phony, and you scare me a little bit, but I can live with that because you're a guy that I can tell shake hands. And I bet you're a guy that's a good friend, and you're a big favorite, evidenced by the crowd here tonight that just came out to see you.
And we just finished filming season 8. We're fixing to start. We're rolling right back into season 9. Season 8, I tried to be a sportsman because I still consider myself a gentleman and a sportsman. That wasn't a good play. So I
There's a lot of strategy on the show, isn't there?
Oh my God!
Not just for the racing spot, but for how the perception is.
There is, well, you're perceived, however,
They edit you.
they can edit you to look a certain way. The biggest thing about that is the games and the manipulation. And I will say, Chief is the baddest out of everything. He's so good at it, it's not even fun. But he'll swear at me down. He'll be pissed there and oh, I don't manipulate. Oh, sure, everybody on that list does.
He's really polished for the show. That's the biggest difference that I noticed from the New Orleans show to the Oklahoma City show is that the people, that show runs smooth.
Well, we love it here. Marty's been a friend for a long, long time.
Racing Marty Chance, Neil Chance Racing Converters.
The only converter I'll run. And actually, it's been that way before this show. Marty's been helping me since way before that show. When I was no prep racing, he's a big reason we were doing as well as we were in no prep.
And you like Neil Chance and Marty, despite the fact that they're related to Mitch.
That's a struggle, but yeah, I try to power through that.
There has to be a little extra cherry on top, though.
But you know, the way Mitch smiles and he's always so happy all the time.
Do you have any sponsors you particularly want to thank that we'll add on here?
Oh, we wouldn't be where we're at with this car without like Maxim Brodex, Boys Machine Shop, oh my goodness, Roadrunner Fitting. You can see in the trailer, JD, Total Seal.
You've got a lot of sponsors.
Well, they all help in their own way. I mean, some of them, you know, we deal with a lot of small companies. They can't afford to just give stuff away, but they'll give it to us below cost, and that makes a huge difference. That motor's $85,000 to duplicate it. Monty Smith with NOS is a friend of mine. Monty wired the car, did all the labor when we converted DFI for free. Out of his own time. So yeah, to do a car on this level. Everybody talks about how much money I have. I make good money. I have 2 or 3 businesses. I make good money. I also own a race car. The one thing you always got, you can either have a race car, or you can have money, but you cannot have both.
Well, I heard somebody earlier ask you, and I wanted to address this. Somebody earlier asked you how much money was in the car. I'm assuming that a race car is like the old adage, how much money does it cost to have a child? All of it. So no matter how much money you have, your race car costs all of the money.
And it's that need to keep going faster.
Right.
And if anybody could ever stop at a certain point, it could be fun and it could be affordable. But that car right there, just to make a pass in that car with fuel and nitrous and change of plug and wear and tear on the tire, I kind of broke it down for it's about $500 to $1,000 every time you make a pass.
So you're $1,000. So when I complain about the price of gas in my car,
mine's $18.90 a gallon.
But I mean, you're paying $500 to $1,000 per quarter mile.
8 miles.
Even an 8 mile.
Half of it.
Okay, so
half of it. Yeah.
So when you complain about the $2.00 gas with your miles per gallon, you're paying $500 to $1,000 per 8 mile to run that car. But you have a lot more fun than we have.
At this level, it's not as much fun. It's truly not. These guys right here are having more fun than I have in that car because they're just making passes and passes, and of course I have to go faster and faster and faster. I mean, these guys out here, they're having fun. Tonight, I'm having fun. When I started the show, it's not fun no more. Now it's serious.
And because of the lag, I'm guessing there's times where people come up to you and say, James, what the hell did you do that for? And you're like, that was 4 months ago.
Oh, you have no idea, dude. Most of the people
they saw it last night, but it was for you.
They are convinced what they are seeing on Monday, we filmed that Saturday.
Right.
Because one guy told me, he goes, dude, did you just shave your head today or something? I went, no. He said, well, you had hair Monday night.
You have to explain television to them.
Yeah. And a lot of people, they don't get their... And that's the thing about this show. The show's done more for drag racing than anything has ever done for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Every time we go somewhere, I have at least a half a dozen or a dozen people say, hey, my first time to the racetrack. Hey, I bring my son to the racetrack for the first time. That's why I stay with it.
And that's something that the NHRA had to come to grips with here recently, was they could either fight it and go, oh, we don't like that, and then they looked at their stands and went, maybe we can work something out here.
People are still not going to be come to watch NHRA.
No, but I mean, they understand that at least it's a vehicle to get people into drag racing.
It's just like, to me, the New Orleans show. Here, I'll get everybody fired up, pissed off. I don't care who gets pissed off with me, but the New Orleans show, a lot of people are like, it's crap, it's junk, blah, blah, blah. It's their first season. And you know, it helps racing. It helps our show. Even though everybody says, oh, they'll never make it, but I want every one of them to make it. It's more people racing. It's more people watching racing. Right. Everybody has a tendency to forget what this is about. It's about racing. This ain't about our egos or all that bullshit that goes along with it. So, I mean, I want them guys to do well. I want all the tracks to do well. Because this is what I love to do.
I've heard the same thing. I had people ask me during my day job, what did I think about the Orptv show? That Kai Kelly isn't the host that Big Chief is. I said, yeah, but did you watch the first season of Street Outlaws? Well, no. I go, well, he's had 6 years or whatever it is to get to that point. Give Kai Kelly and that crew 6 years, and they may be just as polished. You got to give it time.
And that's the thing. It's one of those deals. It's just like with people when it first came out. We'd be somewhere and they'd come up, oh, I hate that show. Hate that show. I hope that don't ever come back on. I said, hey, did you watch it the other night? Yeah. Did you watch it the week before? Yeah. And then I started laughing. I can't keep a straight face. I said, did you watch it the week before? Yeah.
Are you going to watch it next week?
I said, good. You're doing the ratings. It will never go nowhere.
Dale Earnhardt famously said, whether you're here to boo me or cheer me, as long as you buy a ticket. And that's just it.
And that's it. That everybody on this show, you have just as many people hate you as love you. And I tell people that the crowd is not a race. The biggest dynamic of the show, the people that watch it, are not racers. They watch that, you know, they like entertainment. So if there's entertainment on the show, they can relate to it. It's just like the whole blow up with the pro mod thing. Everybody's forgetting what this is about. It's about racing cars. But you have to, what makes this popular is somebody can look at that car and relate with it.
Right.
Some cars they can't relate with.
And again, that goes back to what I was talking about the street outlaw cars. They like the farm truck, they like the dung beetle, they like the Reaper. You all have brought back an identity to drag racing that was long missing, and it's very commendable, and I think it's brought back something that people can identify with. They say, that car looks kind of like mine, so therefore, that's my thing. Again, James and Stacy, thank you so much. It was sure an honor to get to sit down and talk with you. You're wonderful, and we're so glad to have you here at ORP. Once again, we want to thank James and Stacy and the Reaper for being here at ORP. Thanks so much, and good luck.
I didn't mention Marty Chance Race Converter. That's one of my sponsors. He's helping.
But we're going to make sure we get them all on here. We'd be very remiss if we didn't get Marty Chance in here.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he should be here.
Actually, Marty called me in a panic because when I told him I was going to be at US 36 Dragway, I said, I'll just come through there Friday on Saturday. I'll just come through there Friday and do the Friday night test. And Marty goes, yeah. He said, we tried some converter changes and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, I'll be there. I didn't want to come out here and work on the car in front of everybody. I owed everybody seeing that car and seeing the car race. Marty called me the other day and he's like, James, man, I forgot. I got it. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I got this big race. And I know I told you, we we work on your converter. Marty, that was you that wanted to work on the converter. Converter's fine, go race. I'm going there because I didn't have the car the first time. So, yeah, Marty had actually, he forgot about race. He was in a panic.
The Chance family,
Are great people.
they're outstanding. They're outstanding. So, and so are you all. I'm a big fan, really am. And so are all the people that were here. So
we do have a strong fan base here. We really do.
And for good reason. Thank you so much. Again, fans, we appreciate it. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's ORPtv.